Chapter 31, To Kill a Mockingbird. Thank you for my children, Arthur. You'd like to say good night to Jem, wouldn't you, Mr. Arthur? He's still asleep. Dr. Reynolds gave him a heavy sedative. Jean Louise, is your father in the living room? Yes, Mum. I think so. I'll just go speak to him a minute. You can pet him, Mr. Arthur. He's asleep. You couldn't if he was awake, though he wouldn't let you. Will you take me home? Scout puts her arm out. They walk down the street. They walk into the gate to his house, go up the steps. Arthur unlocks the door. He goes in. I never saw him again. There's Atticus reading a book. Are you sitting up with him? Just for an hour or so. What you reading? Something of Jem's called The Gray Ghost. Read it out loud, please, Atticus. It's real scary. No, you've had enough scaring for a while. Atticus, I wasn't scared. Nothing's really scary except in books. The Gray Ghost by Secretary Hawkins, Chapter 1. I willed myself to stay awake, but the rain was so soft, and the room was so warm, and his voice was so deep, and his knee was so snug, that I slept. He lifted me to my feet and walked me to the living room. Heard every word you said. Wasn't asleep at all. It's about a ship and Three-Fingered Fred and Stoner's Boy. They all thought it was Stoner's Boy messing up their clubhouse and throwing ink all over it. And they chased him, and then they could never catch him because they didn't know what he looked like. And Atticus, when they finally saw him, why, he hadn't done any of those things, Atticus. He was real nice. Most people are, Scout, when you finally see them. Clink. He would be there all night, and he would be there when Jem waked up in the morning. The end. Here's a couple of notes. Note on the language. The use of the word nigger in To Kill a Mockingbird has caused some contention. Harper Lee included the word deliberately to illustrate the society she was writing about, presenting an unmediated portrait of a specific time and place. The novel addresses many social issues: class, politics, poverty, gender, but is primarily concerned with racial prejudice. The inclusion of the word, its dehumanizing power, and the ease with which it was used is central to understanding the themes of the novel. And here's the illustrator's note. This adaptation of To Kill a Mockingbird does not seek to reinvent Harper Lee's story and characters. The text is, as far as has been possible, directly taken from the novel. Where I have made changes, they have been for the sole purpose of best representing the story and sentiment of Lee's original work in this medium.